Hey everybody, welcome out to an amazing top 5.
Man, this list was tough.
You know, E3 was a ton of fun. Unfortunately, we got to hang out with a lot of cool people, play a lot of games, so this one was really hard to choose from. Fortunately, we have special guests to also help us, give us their top 5. We got Spoony and Waro.
That's right, and so we're gonna have them help us along with their top 5s as we do ours. So let's get right into it.
Number 5. Hey, this is Spoony here at E3 2011, here with my top 5 moments of the show so far. And the number 5 moment is the sheer emotion of this place, especially the emotion I felt when I passed by the Square Enix booth and I saw Final Fantasy 13 2. I tell you for sure, that was an experience I won't soon forget. Because it's the exact same game as Final Fantasy 13. I don't know what the hell Square is thinking. Like, do they think we're insane that we just don't like Final Fantasy 13? They felt they had to make another version of this game. Like, it really just must be cut footage from the first game repackaged into a sequel. Like, they were trying to meet some release date and they repackaged it for that. Oh, that was classic. But okay, seriously, Deus Ex Human Revolution. I can't wait to check out this game. This game is finally playable at E3. I played through one of the beginning missions. I talked to the lady who wrote the game. This game looks fantastic. I can't wait to get back to the action and the excitement and just the sheer versatility and the choices that you can make in Deus Ex. It really is a return to form. I'm a big-time PC gamer fan. This game is multi-platform, but this goes very true to my roots. So I really can't wait to see Deus Ex Human Revolution.
Uncharted 3. Now, if you guys have already seen footage of this before E3, during E3 we got to sit during the Sony press conference and watch a playthrough of the ship level. And you could see the ship listing from side to side. You could see Drake kind of like trying to maneuver his way around the whole ship and then eventually just destroys the whole thing.
The game looks great, it sounds great, it's a PlayStation exclusive. I'm the most excited about out of the other games that they did show. Like you said, the graphics, looked really good. The sound design seemed really well done, and the gameplay, of course, is going to be what you expect from that series in general. So, Dude Raider for number 5.
Number 4.
At number 4 is something I've been waiting for too long, and it's the conclusion. I hope.
Maybe.
I hope it's the conclusion to Mass Effect. Good old Mass Effect 3. Now, the first thing they did show us was the Kinect demo, which, being able to speak the lines is pretty cool and telling, your players where to go on the screen. We're like, that's kind of cool. But, you didn't get a real feel to it until you got behind, the scenes and played it a little bit, and we thought it was awesome.
Yeah, they're going to have more vehicles, a little more interactivity in terms of kind of a duck and cover. You can shift around a little bit easier from cover to cover. So it gives you a little bit more interactivity in terms of the physics of the game, so you don't have to just kind of duck around everywhere, but you can actually take better advantage of the environments that you're in. We'll see what happens. The story's kind of going in a direction that I didn't think it was going to go in.
Defend Earth, kind of like a Halo type of direction?
Yeah.
Well, it still says defend the universe, but I guess Earth is being, destroyed, which is kind of cool.
But I was already...
You're ready to go see Sovereign and... just not Sovereign, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do.
Number 4 might be a little surprising, considering it's an Xbox Live Arcade game, but Atari actually very much impressed me with their game called Warlords, which is kind of a remake of the old Atari 2600 game, which is basically like a tower defense type game. The action is really fast and crazy. It actually takes a great deal of concentration, and it's one of those games that I could see me and my brother and me and any number of friends getting together and just playing that game for hours. If it seems silly, it probably is a little silly, but you don't even know until you play this game how just addictive it is to play. It's very old school arcade, and I loved every second of it.
Number 3.
Number 3 on the list has to go to Mass Effect 3, one of the games that everyone has to go see at this show. It's lined up like crazy, and for good reason. This game looks absolutely spectacular. They all do. It's it's basically a pilgrimage now to check out what BioWare is doing at these new shows, and it really looks fantastic.
All right, now our number 3, Elder Scrolls V Skyrim. Didn't know a lot about this game coming into E3. I wanted to just kind of save it and see what I found when I got there, rather than kind of over-inundate myself with Skyrim info. And when we got there, I got to go sit through about a 30-minute demo of the game, and it was just incredible. Like, there's really no words to describe how upset my wife is going to be with me when I begin to play this game.
Now, they definitely do put on a good show, but I mean, we love these guys. They make great games. We love Fallout. We love the other Elder Scroll games. This one, you know, they said they built it from the ground up. You know, all the graphics look amazing. I can't wait to start leveling up and exploring and going crazy. I guess what they say, 15 miles, something ridiculous.
I mean, it's crazy, but I am excited about some features in this game that, you know, for a game that can be potentially 100 hours or more. They actually give you a little bit of help. You can, in your spell list, pull up a way to actually look where you're supposed to go out of a particular dungeon, and you can actually fight the dragons in this one, and then you absorb their abilities, and you can kind of combine these different runes together to increase your shout abilities. You can save your favorites down one side of the page so that you can just D-pad up whatever you want these different presets to be. You don't have to choose whether you're a warrior class or a magic class. You could just pick as you're going through the game, and it's just really open-ended, really beautiful, super excited. My wife is not.
Number 2.
And number 2 is actually kind of a shocker for me. I didn't think I would like this one as much. You know, I did like, I guess it's Batman, but I did like the Batman that came out. I thought was great, but I thought they would just do more or less the same, and they didn't. They expanded on this and said, you know, this is going to be a little bit more open. You know, you can choose between, you know, Catwoman and Batman. Hopefully that doesn't spoil anything. And, you know, what's funny is, like, during the preview on this giant 100-inch TV screen, they, like, bleeped out certain things so you couldn't tell where their bones are. First I thought it was a glitch, and then they did it again. I was like, okay, they're bleeping out the storyline. But, you know, the way everything seemed to move and streamline, and, like, being able to do rooftop to rooftop with your thing, and then the Catwoman, she can, like, crawl on the ceiling to do stealth. You know, I really hope this game, you know, turns out the way that it's looking here, because I can't wait to play it.
It looks great. It looks really weighted, and the fighting system in terms of, like, if there's a group of enemies, when Batman was going through, like, how to take down, like, 15 enemies at once, everyone in the room was like, oh, because there was so much weight to it. You were, you know, quickly glancing from one enemy to the next, just doing a barrage of moves on them. It was really, really cool. And also to talk about when you're traveling, like, you think that when you come and start in on the first part of the game that what you're looking at isn't actually, like, you can't actually travel from one section of Arkham to another, you know.
Arkham, no. It's
Arkham City.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Not Asylum City.
I was thinking Asylum.
And so, but then you start traveling throughout the city using this kind of special mode that Handsome Tom was talking about, and you get an idea of just how much detail they put into this game. And we sat in there and we were really blown away by how now we're, like, gonna spend money on.
Yeah, everything on this list, you might as well just hand them your money. It's done.
Number 2 on the list is the surprisingly funny demo of Saints Row the Third. THQ is really going all out. Their advertising is everywhere around here, and it's really easy to see why. These guys are going balls out, trying to deliver the most crazy, violent, and fun games around. And Saints Row the Third is one of the most just outright insane games you've ever seen. In fact, the entire demo we saw behind closed doors was nothing more than them just trying to top themselves in sheer insanity and ludicrous violence. You're doing Macho Man flying elbow drops on grandmas. You're beating hobos to death with a 4-foot purple rubber dildo. You're calling in airstrikes on an army of luchadors for no fucking reason. It's absolutely madness, and I can't wait to check this out.
Number 1. Number 1 top moment for me, finding out about the Wii U, and yeah, just damn.
Actually, the first thing I went to see was Paramount Studios produced a new Star Trek game based on the movie. It's kind of a cooperative shooter where you play as Kirk and Spock as 2 separate characters, each with their own unique powers, and you kind of, it's a separate mission. You're not just playing through the movie. It takes place between the 2 Star Trek movies, and it's very cool. They really nailed down the characterization and the budding bromance between these 2 heroes. I really love checking that out.
And number 1 is probably the biggest, I guess, shocker for us, because we didn't find out about it until, you know, the second day. You got to go in these little back rooms to find it, but it was Star Trek, based on the movie. So, you know, I guess we have to agree with somebody else on our list, but you know, it looked amazing, a duck and cover kind of thing, but like the correlation between Spock and Kirk looked really awesome. The humor was there.
I mean, I thought that really where they nailed it is they got the film style of the movie, which, you know, in our opinion is one of the best Star Trek movies in the canon of Star Trek movies. We kind of debate often as to what is the best Star Trek movie, but we really love this movie. We can watch it again and again and again. And I'm excited about this game because you can do co-op. You can do, and if you don't, it's basically designed as a buddy game, a bromance.
Sure. Well, and you know, they also said, you know, we designed all the ships and the levels and stuff. They got the exact dimensions from the next movie to make this as, I guess, streamlined and correlation to the movies as possible. I thought it was totally awesome. The research and time they're putting into this, it's going to be amazing.
And how badass is the PlayStation Move phaser?
Yeah, we didn't get to watch him play with that, but you know, the PlayStation Move phaser is definitely something I'm going to have to waste my money on. I hate to say waste my money on, but I probably won't even use it because I'm going to be, you know, in the controls. But you know, I'm probably going to play this game 2 or 3 times because I'm going to have to play it with my wife. I'm going to, you know, Andy's going to be like, hey dude, let's play it. We're going to play it again.
Well, the cool thing is though, is it's non-stop action. A lot of the other Star Trek games that have come out in the past have been strategy-based, you know, RTSs and stuff like that, and now we finally have really a sheer action Star Trek game, and I can't remember the last time they came out with one.
It's been a long time.
Yeah.
I'll just put it that way. You know, when Voyager, the first-person shooter, I guess was the last one.
Oh, no.
That was a long time. No, not the one in the arcades, the other one. But anyway, the game looks great. You know, I can't wait to see where they go with it. You know, the people we talked to there were really pretty cool, so it definitely got us really hyped. This is the #1 game we're going to buy. We're going to buy this game.
Yep, and I know it's real hush-hush right now, so you're not going to find a lot of information on the internet about this game because they just released the embargo so that people could actually talk about the demo that we saw. But keep an eye out for the new Star Trek game that comes out next year.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us. Keep looking for more E3 coverage coming soon.